Welcome back to another video. We're back in the studio, so the quality's back to normal. We got a bunch of crazy clips for you guys, as always. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel, please. Let's get right into it.
This woman only pays $50 in rent, but when she tried to flex online, she got instant karma.
I paid $50 for a 2-bedroom for my family of 6 with the help of your tax dollars. Does that make you angry? Does that make you shiver in your boots? Does that make you want to punch me in my face? So because of that video I made, somebody on here was so miserable to go report me that now they gave me an eviction notice for 30 days. I contacted the housing people. I don't know what you said to them, but now me and my family's getting evicted and we're gonna be on the streets. So thanks a lot.
Hey man, she had it good, but she was bragging and rubbing it into everyone's face. Well, guess what? If you kept your mouth shut, you'd still be in that 2-bedroom paying $50 a month. You can't blame anyone but yourself.
My husband and I decided we were done with insurance, health insurance, so we just opted out, and our premium was going to go up $500 a month. Wow. For a family of 4. But anyway, we're like, screw this, we'll just pay cash. I just had a mammogram, and what they charge your insurance, I got a letter that was like, oh, your estimated cost is $800. And I'm like, you know, cheaper than what we were paying for our monthly premium, so I'll deal with it. And I get in here and they were like, oh, this is what the cost of a mammogram is, $1,500, but since you're no insurance, we are charging you $95, but since you're paying cash, you are only charged $75.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, insurance is a scam. It's a scam.
If this is
Same
true,
thing with
yes,
my, with insurance, my primary care physician, I would get a bill and I would end up having to pay $175 for every visit that's with insurance. So I'm paying my monthly premium. And then as a cash patient, it's $95.
Well,
I'm so sick of American healthcare. All these idiots, they want to focus on immigrants and trans people and all this while they're robbing us blind. Like, this is what you should be storming capitals for, because what the hell?
Insurance is a damn scam. You pay huge sums monthly, then you have to spend a certain amount out of pocket before insurance kicks in, and then you still partially got to pay out of pocket even when the insurance does kick in. And how about car insurance? You pay monthly until something happens, and then once they spend some money on you, your monthly payments go up. It's all a scam. Just open up a savings account and put what you would pay for insurance once a month into it and use that for emergencies. The problem is most people don't know how to save money.
Okay, listen to me. I just tried to print something from my printer that I own. My printer that I own with ink that I purchased, and paper. And I can't print without a subscription plan.
What?
The concept
That's a thing now?
of having to have a subscription plan to print in your own home from the printer that you own that already has ink and paper in it, they remotely shut off my printer.
No
until I
way.
paid $7.50 to print in my own home. To print on my printer that I own in my home.
You'll own nothing and be happy. And it already started a while ago. Phones, cars, homes, music, movies. Everything is either digital, rented, or on a payment plan. And by the time you pay it off, it's too old compared to the new shit out. And you get something newer and go on another payment plan. Why do you guys think they're doing this? Let me know in the comments.
What's up, America? Do not buy a new car, because starting 2027, every new car in the United States will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver. Not only watching you, but listening to your conversations as well. And if the vehicle determines that you're a danger on the road, it will turn your car off. So by 2027, the law states, quote, every new passenger vehicle sold in the United States must include technology that constantly monitors the driver via AI, cameras, and sensors, and can automatically shut down or limit the car if the system decides you're not sober or fit to drive. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is creating new federal motor vehicle safety standards requiring, quote, advanced impaired driving prevention technology powered by AI tools and systems. They state that the technology must now passively monitor the driver at all times. If the system detects a problem, it can prevent the car from starting or limit its speed and operation while driving. So let's say you're not up and you just decide to close your eyes and stretch. Does it think you're up and it'll stop the vehicle while you're driving? The law states that this is not a remote government kill switch, but the decision happens on board via AI and sensors. So basically, whatever technology they put in there, it's a government kill switch. Now, older cars obviously will be unaffected, but cars 2027 or after will all have this shit. So a lot of people say that this is government overreach, and later on, these tools will be used against the average driver, especially if it taps into your conversations and the government gets a hold of those conversations and finds out what you're talking about politically. Or at least that's the fear coming up in the future. Now you might understand why data centers are going up all over the fucking country, everywhere. Because everything you do is going to be monitored coming up here. Every single thing.
Yeah, first is the digital IDs. Now it's vehicles that monitor your every move. Plus your phone that's already a personal tracking device. Next are going to be the chips they'll implant in your arm for identification. Give it another decade or so and I guarantee you it'll happen. And they won't force it directly either. They'll just drastically limit everything you could do if you refuse to have the chip and make your life extremely difficult. The control is coming, boys, and there's nothing anyone will do about it.
I'm on here to have proof of what I am currently experiencing with this steak. I've never had this happen with this brand, but now I'm like grossed out and wondering if I should return all of this. Went to Kroger, got some Simple Truth organic grass-fed tenderloin. I got 3 tenderloins and then a couple top sirloins. These ones, like these two and these two look okay. I took this tenderloin out of the package. Right off the bat, it's like kind of like a weird color and the meat looks weird. And it's literally like Play-Doh. I'm not making this up. This is, how am I stretching the meat right now? It's literally, I just flattened a fillet. It's giving lab-grown meat. This was $18.99 for one, just so you know. Let me pick up another one and see if it does anything weird like that. You can flatten it, but like you know that this one still feels like meat, you know, like it still holds that rounded shape. I'm so grossed out by this. I've never seen something like this, you guys. I'm returning this. And I don't know if I want to eat any of the other ones. Like, what in the world? Simple Truth, what is going on?
And that's not the first time I've seen a video like this. You've seen the chicken breast in Walmart in my other video where the magnets stick to it. Now this weird ass looking meat. And I don't know if it's actually lab grown or something just wrong with it, but we're getting attacked from every angle. The crops and foods are poisoned with chemicals and pesticides. The water is too. And about 75% of everything we consume comes in plastic, so for sure our bodies are full of microplastics. And I'm not trying to be a downer here, but I don't know what's going on with the world. Depopulation maybe? I don't know.
It is illegal in the United States for 98% of farmers to replant the seeds from the crops that they grew in the previous year. How illegal? Well, I'm glad you asked. If a farmer gets caught even one time replanting their seeds, they are banned from buying seeds ever again. There have been over 500 court cases about this, and farmers lose 100% of the time. And every one of those times, it causes a multi-generational farmland to go completely bankrupt. No seeds, no farming. Stick with me for a second because it gets worse. Let's say a farmer bought seeds, did all of their planting, and realized they had over 10,000 seeds left. You would think that a farmer with tight margins would just be able to hold those seeds for next year and then plant them in next year's harvest. However, you would be wrong because that is also a crime. It is a breach of contract with the seed companies. You're only allowed to plant this year's seeds this year, not next year or even 10 years from now. In the US, 100% of seeds are genetically modified seeds. All of those seeds have patents, and when a farmer buys them, they're not buying the seed, but they're buying the right to use them.
They just need to control everything. The goal is for no one to be self-sufficient and for everyone to have to rely on the government and the big companies. Because once they're not needed, that's going to be a problem for them. They must keep everyone hooked. They're the ones who design the laws, so they make them for their benefit, and they act like it's for ours.
There's a brand new scam at the gas pump, and the next time you go to fill up, you need to be aware of it. Many of you are already feeling the pinch at the pump due to the high gas price. Pay very close attention right here when he removes the hose. Look at the drywall screw right there. That drywall screw, when you put the nozzle back in, prevents it from ending your transaction and resetting it back to zero. It's on every pump at this gas station. I've gone ahead and freeze framed it and blown it up for you. You can hardly see that screw. The dirtier that area gets, the less and less that screw becomes visible. Imagine at night, you won't be able to see it at all. There it is right there, blown up for you. A little tiny drywall screw. And here is the scam explained in a nutshell. Scammers are wedging a small drywall screw into the nozzle holder at the pump. You pay, you fill up, you hang up the nozzle, but it never fully resets. The next person or the scammer keeps pumping gas on your card. Here are a few tips to help you not get robbed. Always check the cradle before and after pumping. Make sure the nozzle clicks fully and the screen resets to zero. Avoid helpful strangers offering to pump for you. And one more note on this. This has been spotted at multiple gas stations, and this scam is real simple for them to do, and it's also very effective in them robbing you. So basically, in a nutshell, be aware of your surroundings when you go to a gas station, not just because of shady individuals, but because of drywall screws now being installed where the nozzle goes to prevent it from resetting.
Shit, I don't know about you, but ever since I've been hearing about all kinds of gas station scams many years ago, I always make sure to get a receipt and watch the little screen reset before I get back in my car. And I got my credit card number stolen at a gas station before too. But that's a pretty decent scam though.
These are what's considered bread in America, and today we're going to make it from scratch at home. First, we're going to need glyphosate, a synthetic herbicide we're going to spray on the wheat to help it dry faster and make it easier to harvest. Grind it up and add synthetic vitamins because the real ones are gone. And of course, we gotta get the color right, so we're going to suit up and blast it with chlorine gas to make it nice and white. And when you see rich wheat flour on the label, this is basically what it is. Now, to make it into bread, we're going to take this yoga mat, mix it with toluene or petroleum-derived solvent to isolate the azodicarbonamide, a dough conditioner that's gonna help make it nice and fluffy. Now for our other ingredients: high fructose corn syrup, soybean oil, monoamine diglyceride, calcium peroxide, calcium propionate, and potassium bromate, even though it's banned in Europe, Canada, even China because it's linked to cancer, but we're only gonna add a little bit, so it should be fine. Add a splash of water, mix, shake, bake, and that's basically your made in the USA bread. Send this to a friend who still thinks bread is just flour and water, and let me know, would you eat this crap?
I'm shocked anyone still buys that rubber bullshit bread. And yeah, I get it, it's a bit cheaper, but this shit doesn't even taste like real bread. It's not even that much cheaper anyway. It does last forever though. Probably because there's so much chemicals in it, even bacteria doesn't want to eat it. Just buy real bread, people.
My favorite part of every new car is just how simple they are. Instead of having a simple key like this, you just insert in the door somewhere. You know, key's never gonna not work, right? You know, sometimes you unlock your lock button, that might not work, but at least you're gonna get in with the key. This Ford, as you see right here, has a push button. So it has the regular lock and unlock button. But to get in, you press this button, and then the door pops open, and then you grab that little handle, and I mean, that's as easy as that's gonna get, right? But what happens when you need to get in the car? And let's just say the battery's dead, right? So where do you insert, oh, actually that's funny, it's a blank, I forgot about that. So yeah, where do you insert the would-be key, right? Don't worry, Ford is 4 steps ahead of you with this. So you just take this little panel off, and of course your car's locked out, so grab that jump box that you would have in your car, because you know you locked it, right? And you're gonna jump start it, jump this literally with the jump pack, and then that will open the front, which then lets you jump the battery. That then lets you power the door to press the button to get back in your car. Because a key just would have been way too difficult.
Why wouldn't they make it possible to jumpstart the car with the cables in the bumper? And I don't know if this was like a last minute fix once the car was about to hit production and they thought like, oh shit, what if the battery dies? But whoever designed this, and whoever approved the design, I want to know what you guys were smoking. Hey man, say what you will, but that's an effective plan. Granted, it won't come without repercussions, but he probably still went to school just a little late after they finished replacing the tire. Or they just sent his ass to school on an Uber. Poor kid.
What in the sinister sunshine is going on? I'm 54 years old. For decades, I've been bringing my plants outside when spring comes. Year after year, decade after decade. Absolutely no problems. What in the sinister sun? I bring my plants out yesterday, one day of sunshine, and look what happened. One day of sunshine. It's like they're burnt. It literally killed this plant. Look at this. One day of sunshine. It's like the leaves are burnt. What is that? This one. Look, burnt. This one. It literally killed this one. This was big and green yesterday when I put it out into the sunshine. That's what's left of it. Burnt. What in the sinister sunshine? What is going on with our sun that it's doing this to our plants? Anybody else? Drop your comments. Like, this is crazy. I'm taking all my plants back inside. I cannot risk one more day of sunshine out here.
Yes, the sinister sunshine is in on it too. Everything's a conspiracy. Your plants aren't used to direct sunlight after being indoors for a long time. You gotta gradually introduce them to direct sunlight if they haven't been out in a while. They literally just got sunburned. Must have been a pretty hot day. That's it. And the dumbass of the week goes to that guy. I don't know what the hell he was thinking or what he was trying to do, but that was stupid with a stack of fireworks right there.
A little short of the real objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term and long-term effects on the regime and the people of Iran. So he's been very...
So I'm trying to make sense out of it. What can possibly be happening there with his neck to make it look like it's the bottom of a mask? It could possibly be a shadow, perfectly casted at the lower part of his neck from the studio lights, but that's about the only explanation I could think of. So it's either that or a reptilian wearing a skin mask.
Showering for 10 minutes without just regular city water is equivalent to drinking 11 glasses of chlorinated water.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because you're breathing it in and the chlorine goes right into your bloodstream. Remember, chlorine is a halogen type of chemical that causes thyroid disruption. So here's the test that I did. Took a glass of chlorinated water, just regular tap water. First thing I did is measure the chlorine. I showed chlorine in the water. Here's the test. Okay, great, safe to swim in. Put my hand in the water for 30 seconds, pulled it out, remeasured, no chlorine in the water. Where did it go? Went right into my bloodstream.
Holy crap.
Yeah. We need to filter our water, drink filtered water, shower in filtered water. Look, if you can't afford a whole house system, buy a carbon filter for your shower head for $50.
That's crazy. I had no idea we absorb chlorine so fast through our skin. But I do have a filter on my shower, and I mostly drink from my filter at home. I try to stay away from the plastic water bottles. That shit is no good. Like I said earlier, we already have about 75% of everything we consume packaged in plastic. So I try to limit it wherever I can, and I suggest you do the same.
It has now been confirmed that America's #1 strawberry brand is directly tied to cancer. Driscoll's, which controls 1/3 of all U.S. strawberries, gets sprayed with up to 371 chemical pesticides before it ever reaches your family's table.
They are coating your children's strawberries in mosquito spray and marketing them as organic.
Nearly every U.S. strawberry begins as a lab-engineered clone blanketed in Captain, the exact same chemical found in paint preservatives, submerged directly into fungicide baths, allowing 3 separate carcinogens to seep deep into the flesh. And that is only the beginning. Those berries then get bleached in chlorine and sealed inside plastic so thoroughly that no amount of rinsing can remove the residue.
Social media likes to exaggerate for views. I've looked into the report and it says they found 12 pesticide residues on the non-organic strawberries, not 371. And the organic strawberries had none. Either way though, 371 or 12, you don't want to be consuming any pesticides. And I bet that the owners of that company, they don't feed them to their families either. Try to eat organic if you can.
So I'm walking around Costco here and I'm noticing these prices. For example, these Madras lentils, $15.99. I bought those a year ago for $6.99. Let's look at what else we got going on here. Dang, this is the flour we were buying for $5.99 last year. We literally bought this chicken broth, $5.69, 2 months ago. And I keep getting told that we got, 6-7% inflation. You gotta be kidding me.
Can anyone please confirm in the comments that those actually were the real prices last year for any of the items? I mean, it is believable, but that video can also be easily faked. If it is real though, that's ridiculous.
This bug can make you allergic to meat forever. This is the Lone Star tick, and it's expanding across the country, possibly being transported around by people who want you to be allergic to meat. The tick's bite makes you allergic to alpha-gal. That's a molecule found in meat and dairy. If the tick bites you and you eat meat or dairy, it could cause anything from a rash to anaphylaxis and death. There are scientists who believe this tick is a good thing. Matthew Liao of the World Economic Forum wants us to be allergic to meat and says governments should release the ticks throughout their countries, so we'll stop eating it. That will save the world of the bad effects of eating meat or something. Some people think that it's people like him engineering these ticks to create this syndrome. Others think it's the people who make alternative meat, who just want us to buy their product instead of real meat. Before you call it crazy, think about Lyme disease. Lyme disease is given to you by a tick bite. You can develop arthritis, neurological issues. Lyme disease is named after the town where the disease was first found discovered in humans. And look where Lyme, Connecticut is. Right across the water from the Plum Island Animal Disease Center, which used to be a biological weapons lab. It was shut down and reopened under new management just before Lyme disease was discovered there in the 1970s. Now we have scientists arguing that it's very important that we spread these ticks to make people allergic to meat. In addition to Matthew Liao of the WEF, we have this paper here from Western Michigan School of Medicine, where professors argue it is morally required that we spread the Lone Star tick since eating meat is evil and bad for the planet.
They're digging way too deep into it. I'm pretty sure it was the vegans that engineered those ticks. Or vegan scientists.
They put it right in your face. This statue in New York, a reptile pulling a child underground. I really wish I could elaborate on this without getting in trouble, but I mean, I'm sure some of you, I hope, can connect the dots of what I'm saying here. They have a statue in New York of a reptile, an alligator, pulling what looks like a child underground into a sewer. Why? Why?
Yeah, TikTok, here we go again. That's a man in a suit with a money bag for a head, not a child. Well, that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You could also check out the most recent video or the whole playlist. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.